it's Barb coming to you from my craft studio. This week in the Get Organized Challenge was photos. I didn't really spend any time working on my photos because mine are pretty much up to date. I do need to go back, I think, starting with March and download things from my phone or delete them, whichever the case may be. But this is how I store my photos. I actually have another one of these that's full. This is from 2013 on. There's a lot of empties in there. But this is where I store my photos that I've already scrapped. So after I scrap them, I put them in here, and I put them in chronological order inside there. So that's how I store my 4x6 photos. Now I have some larger photos, 5x7s, 8x10s, and I use the Totally Tiffany, I think it's the A4 fab file, and I just labeled them with vinyl to show what was in there. So that's how I do my photos. What I've been working on this week is my stencils. I have this Totally Tiffany Spinder binder that I'm using for my stencils. I've labeled the pages, like this one has 6 pockets, so it's 6-1, 6-2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the back is 7 through 12. So not all of them have anything in them, but this is how I'm doing where I'm storing my stencils. And then what I'm doing is making a photocopy of the stencil. In most cases, I could photocopy them if I put, some of them didn't come out quite, I was looking for one that maybe didn't come out quite as well. Well, here, this one. If they're totally clear, they won't, but if they have kind of a, it's probably hard to see that on the picture, they're kind of a frosty plastic. If you put a colored piece of paper behind them, you could kind of see what it was, and I think I can see it enough so that when I catalog those, and I copied it off however many times I needed to catalog it, and like for instance that one that I showed there, I did do this on the back of, because I thought I might have to copy this instead of this, but especially on the clear ones, but I didn't have to. But I wrote which categories I'm cataloging that under, so if I ever pull the stencil and decide I don't want it anymore, I can go to each of the categories that are listed and pull my representation out of my catalog. If I just decide I don't want it, or it like rips or tears and it can't be used anymore, I just have to go through and put all my representations in my catalog. I do have them all figured out where they go, and that I have them copied, but I haven't done that yet. One thing I did forget to show you was how I store my photos waiting to be scrapped. I put them in one of these. This is a retired item from Totally Tiffany. It was called the Memento Keeper. I think I have 3 or 4 of them. I have them set up for different projects. And if I have photos, which right now I don't think I really have. Well, okay, I have a couple printed for March just on regular paper. I just stick them in here and kind of, that way when I go to scrapbook, everything's together. My mementos, my photos, everything. I'll show this again during Memento Week, but I just wanted to kind of show you how I was doing on the Get Organized Challenge. This is kind of my way of going public and sharing my progress, as well as doing a progress post in the group. I'm just trying to move that just a little bit, and it's not cooperating. There. But that's kind of what I'm doing, is each week I'm trying to do a different tool that I have, get it cataloged and put into, hopefully in many cases, its new home. Like my stencils, I decided to put this way because I have the We Are Memory Keepers freestyle tool, which I think is going to be finally delivered today. It finally got shipped, and I think it's supposed to be delivered today. That was from the August craft day. It was the today's special, and I was on extended delivery, so I decided late in the day to order it. So they had already ran out of their supply and had gotten a commitment for more. So that's when I ordered mine. And I just thought with that, it might be nice to have all my stencils just where I could just grab the book and go from there, so that I can, when I play with it, it's just easier for me. But I've gotten stamps into their new home. What else did I do? Oh, both wood and unmounted stamps I put into their new homes. That was week 1 and 2. Week 3 is stencils. I should finish that up today. Tomorrow for the Get Organized Challenge is embellishments. I'm pretty much caught up on that. I'm hoping maybe next week to do my review of the scrap rack and show how I store my embellishments as well, because that's part of the challenge. But my main goal for the challenge next week, I think, is going to be cataloging my punch boards, and maybe the punches that I have in their new storage. I need more of the punch storage that I'm going to use, and I don't think I can afford to do that right now. Well, I'm hoping maybe in another month I can swing that, because I did order the rest of my storage for my embossing folders, because she had what I wanted on special this last week. So I decided to go ahead and order that instead of the punch storage, and I didn't need as much to finish up the embossing folders because of the find I did at Joann's it was earlier this month. So anyways, that's where I'm at in the Get Organized Challenge. Is anybody out there participating, and how are you doing in it? I really like the challenge. I credit, I have this little hair in my mouth. Sorry about that. I credit it with being able to find things in my room. I do have a bit of a mess here, but I've been in the middle of cataloging, so some things have just kind of got stacked up and put to the side. I did get everything out of the other room and put away, so one step at a time. But anyways, I'm still plugging away. I'm hoping, like I said, next week to maybe do my punch boards and maybe part of my punches. I'm going to try to see if I can map out how my punches will be in the new bags, and maybe I can go ahead and catalog them and just do a temporary number on the iris cases that they're now in, so that when I get the new storage, I can just move them in and it'll be ready to go. What else do I have left to do for tools? Well, my embossing folders, which I think even if I did 10 a day, I think it would take me 2 weeks to finish them. But I have a lot of embossing folders, and I know there's some days that I just won't get anything done. If I did 10 a day on the days that I should say 10 a days on the days that I can commit to doing it, and there might be some days where I do more and some that I do less. So it would probably take me at least a week and a half, probably, if not 2 weeks. Depends on what my schedule's like during the weeks that I decide to do those. I think that might be about all I have left for tools. I have Cricut cartridges, but I don't really catalog those, because in Design Space I can just search an image and it will pop up, and I really haven't found a good way to do it outside of that. But I'm trying to get my SVG files. I kind of have them organized on my computer by theme anyways. I do keep my Dreaming Tree ones separate, but I have all the instructions for those printed out and they're filed by theme, so I'm okay on those ones. I'm behind on buying Dreaming Tree files, but that's okay. Anyways, that's all I've got to share today. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.